Will Amazon discontinue the Oasis, or will they develop a fourth generation model? Let's look into it. The third generation Kindle Oasis 3 came out in 2019. One of the big advantages is that it had a 7-inch screen, which was the largest in the modern e-readers that Amazon came out with. It had page turn buttons on the side of it. It had a lot of differentiating factors compared to the Paperwhite and the base model Kindle. But with the advent of the Signature Edition and the Kindle Paperwhite 5, which are both considered 11 generations, they have 6.8-inch screens, which is basically about 0.2 inches smaller than the Oasis. They have a new e-ink Carta 1200 technology, which increases performance by 20%, which increases the overall page turn speed and everything else by about 50% compared to the previous generation Paperwhites. The Paperwhites have more LED lights. They have 25 white and amber LEDs compared to the Oasis, which had less than half of that. And don't forget, the new Paperwhites have more RAM. They have more internal storage options, better processors, USB-C. They have a lot of things going for it, including quick charging on this Signature Edition, on an ambient light sensor. So if you put an Oasis and a Paperwhite 5, say the Signature Edition side by side, the Oasis is still about $150 more expensive, and it has less than half of the power than the new Paperwhite 5 Signature Edition has. So what will Amazon do? Well, historically, they've killed products after a few different generations. They've killed products after one generation. The Voyage, they killed that pretty fast. They did a few versions of the Kindle DX over a few years, and then they killed the name. They've done 3 generations of the Oasis. Is there enough differentiating factor with the Oasis to kill it, or to do a 4th generation model? Well, there's 2 things Amazon could do. They could kill the Oasis name and develop a new product category. One of my ideas, for example, for sure that they would resonate with a lot of you users out there, is to do stylus and an eNote support. So 7.8 inches, 10.3 inches. This would really add a large screen e-reader in Amazon's portfolio to freehand draw, to take notes, to make annotations, to use WordWise and X-Ray, and to make, to look up words in the dictionary on a large screen. This would appeal to a lot of users. Well, how would Amazon monetize this other than just selling the hardware? Because let's be honest, they make most of their money selling digital content. Well, if Kobo Sage and Kobo Ellipsa have taught us everything, it's pretty easy to enter a new product category, sell the stylus extra, or make it optional and charge a little bit more, to develop a series of base and premium cases, to sell premium interactable templates such as calendars or meetings that will automatically sync to your smartphone, and to sell more premium templates, something that goes just a little bit beyond college rules, but they could sell templates as well, so they can monetize it with accessories and digital content. And of course, they could, like all Kindles, you could listen to audiobooks, buy and listen to them. You can buy ebooks, comic books. Comixology comic books would look really good on a 10.3 inch screen, or something larger than the Oasis as is. So they could bill it as a comic reader. They could sell more comics. They could sell more manga. All of those look tremendously well on a large screen. So will Amazon use the Oasis name? Well, let's be honest, the Oasis name isn't household at this point. Not like the Kindle or the Paperwhite is. Everybody knows about those, but who remembers the Kindle DX? Who remembers the Voyage? Some people still have the Oasis, so if Amazon were to do just a 4th generation of the Oasis, no note-taking functionality, what could they do to differentiate it against the Paperwhites? Well, they would probably have to go to a 7.8 inch screen, and they could still maintain the 300 ppi resolution, which would be critical for you know, Bookerly and Ember and all of the fonts that Amazon uses to provide a razor sharp text experience. They would probably have to include USB-C, better, you know, not page turns just on one side, but on both of them. And you would have to have ambient light sensor. You would have to include amber and white LEDs, and I have a lot of them, so more than the Paperwhites do. You would have to have a higher version of Bluetooth, a better processor, more RAM. They would have to have just more, because you need to basically say, if you're going to pay $100 or $200 more than the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition, you got to provide $100 or $200 more of value. So will Amazon do an eNote? Will they do an Oasis 4? Will they kill the Oasis altogether? Let's hear from you. Drop a comment below. For goodereader.com, my name is Michael, and everybody take care.